I love this game. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Initiative Order and our next installment of Far Realms, our KULT Divinity Lost Homebrew campaign. This episode will conclude Chapter 2 in our series. So we will be wrapping up the story of the asylum and what the Lost have been doing there. But of course, before we set the mood and jump into player introductions, I want to give a quick shout out to our wonderful sponsors here at the Initiative Order. First on the list, of course, is Session Zero Clothing. They have D&D inspired streetwear. They've been all over the con circuit lately as well. You can check them out on TikTok and other places. But holiday season, just in time, you can use code ORDER at checkout for 15% off there. Next up, we got Norse Foundry. They have artisan dice in every material you can possibly think of, and there's some really sick ones that are waiting in a cart for my Christmas money to hit. And if you want to use code TIO15 at checkout for 15% off there, you are certainly welcome and encouraged to do so. Next up, Roaming Player Gear. Amazing tabletop gaming supplies by our very own GotDM. You can use code Carnaby20 for 20% off the Dice Tower and Tray combo set. Last up on the list, and certainly not the least, because I can make words happen good, Mithril Armory. They are creators of insane dice, tabletop tiles, and gaming accessories. They have the 10-20 foldable metal dice puzzles that kicked me in the bobo, but maybe you're better at it than me. You can enter in code initiative at checkout in their shop for 10% off. And of course, as always, if you dig what we do here on the channel, you can donate the bits, do the subscriptions, and if you like my players or you take pity on them and for all the horror that I'm going to put them through, especially tonight, you can donate to us through our Ko-fi, and show us some love, and we distribute that amongst the players because we love them. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and jump into character introductions, and let's start off with Elenora.
Hello, I'm Elenora. I'll be playing Elenora The Seer tonight. I'm excited for this to be our conclusion to Chapter 2. I'm johannaxmachina. You can find me on the socials at johannaxmachina. I do fun cosplays and that kind of stuff, so yeah, check me out there.
Alrighty, and I guess Ronan, Sylas, TikTok, what?
King of West Virginia, y'all.
All these things and more. I'm Ronan Fox. You can find me at Ronan Fox on all the social medias, particularly TikTok. I am a writer, world builder, professional himbo, and I play Sylas, and I am not gonna die. Quote me, this tweet will age well.
And hey.
Oh, hey.
What can I say? It's Jay. You can find me on all social media at Just Too Casual. Activity over on all around and creating my own TTRPG Deep Breath, the anime where the old world of magic meets the new world of technology. All that's over on Deep Breath RPG on Twitter. We also have a website, deepbreathpg.com, where you could be up to date on all things, including our Kickstarter starting in and on our website to our email list. You can be one of the first people to find the playtest that is coming out for your quick start guide for you to make before we release the Kickstarter all more. And today I am Tyson, who dies first, Everett. That is my official title, but I will, the movie rule says I die first, and I will not be the case. I will not navigate the basement. I will not look at the ooze, and if it makes it, I'm not around.
I mean, you're fine. Everything's fine. And last up on our list, the sweet bowl cut baby of Bradford. So give it a go, our special guest.
Yeah, I'm Logan, also known and playing the bowl cut baby of Bradford, Teddy. You can find me on all the social medias at the Red Hair Inn, where we do TTRPG things, mostly D&D. I also am the dungeon master for the Ecrium expeditions that Taryn, Ronan, and Jay all play in. Our next episode is this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're doing some fun holiday giveaways things. So come join and follow us on our adventures. Back to you, Keeper.
You should do it because they're really cool and because I made them, and that's obviously better than anything Ronan could do. So, I'm kidding. I got the loves for the Ronan and everybody here. That's why they're here. I am Taryn Hackett, also known as Valrook across the socials. I'm going to be doing a bit of rebranding coming into the new year, so be paying attention to my current socials. Go follow me now so you know what happens when I change things. I don't know what else to do with that. But I am a dice maker and TTRPG performer. I am a dice maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. That's UO_dice on Instagram. I do have a shop sale coming up soon as I finish inking the bajillion sets that I have. And then beyond that, every Monday here on the Initiative Order, I am on Vault, our Fallout TTRPG tabletop game where I play Miss Peggy Sue James, and then again, alternating Tuesdays, I play a Hexblood Druid who has no idea what's happening. And with that, this is a horror TTRPG. We are in a mental asylum currently, so there are elements of mental health and other horror elements that you would find in any movie. So if at any point something bothered you, disturbed you, please feel free to step away if you need to. We do have the horror contract between myself and the players. We understand our limits and boundaries and have established those.
I signed nothing.
So with that, reality is falling apart once again. You find yourselves cramped and isolated. What is reality? And what will you poor lost souls endure to escape the asylum? I guess we'll just have to find out. You're trapped in a...
Oh no, my soul, it's gone.
There we go.
Well, welcome back. They're already preparing. So, last episode, Tyson was hauled off to the third floor after witnessing Ruby, aka Scarlet, being scattered about one of the treatment rooms with flickering green and red lights throughout the halls, dingy, almost dusty but grimy and slimy ichor lined several places in the walls. As Nurse Nora led him to his holding cell, he could hear crying, and across the way he could hear another one of the patients screaming for Jack. Now, the rest of the group was, well, hanging out in their rooms, just casually. As Elenora spent some time speaking to Nurse Nora briefly after having speaking to Nurse Nora, then witnessing an event occur in the bath where she was nearly scalded. She witnessed blistered hands reaching up out of one of the other tubs. Eventually was returned to her room, all while Sylas and Teddy are being a couple of crazy guys, hanging out in their room, drawing pictures, having mind-altering visions, only to hear a ruckus coming from down the hall while Elenora witnesses the dismemberment of Mike, the other nurse. Eventually everybody manages to get out. Teddy stabs a guy with a pen, going against the other nurse's aid, somehow ultimately not alerting Nurse Nora, because it seems that Nurse Nora was distracted somewhere. After kind of trying to reassemble Mike and understanding that it was a futile attempt and effort, leaving Mike, everybody hid in Teddy and Sylas's room, seemingly fooling Nurse Nora that Elenora was not in there, but was indeed missing from her room. So Nora did take off to go looking for Elenora, supposedly. The completely together and not ragtag group made their way down the hallway in order to sneak out, only to encounter one of the doctors, which they discovered was also not what they had thought it was. There were visions of a grotesque, sewn together beast in front of them, while everyone else just saw a cotton stuffed, happy little doctor man. After it tried to attack them, of course, they murdered the crap out of him because they were on a murder spree. You guys thought it best at this point to go up to the third floor. You're not really sure where Tyson is. So Elenora and Sylas began making their way slowly up the stairs. Teddy, however, made the wrong decision in horror movies and went downstairs and decided to break into one of the apartments on the first floor after suspecting some weird connections between this apartment, the doctor of the asylum, and Elenora. Teddy did manage to find a slightly disheveled apartment, mostly dusty. Looks like it hadn't been disturbed in a while, although there were some tracks leading to a basement door at the back, which luckily Teddy did decide maybe that wasn't the best thing to do alone, and quickly fled back upstairs. In the meantime, Elenora and Sylas, you make it to the third floor, and you see an attendant at the third floor at the desk. However, as it moves, you realize that it is really more of a conglomerated mass of flesh with a face on it, its tongue bound to a switch on the desk, seemingly an alarm system as it kind of sways. You see the red thread stitching it, keeping it together. You see the mouth sewn shut around this tongue. You can hear moaning and screams from all over that floor, just in time for somebody to come up the stairs behind you and startle you. So Sylas's bright idea was to book it to the laundry chute that connected the basically what is the jail side versus the entrance. So Sylas and Elenora book it through there. Teddy follows suit as he has apparently caught them by surprise. They book it quickly down the hallway as they can hear massive footsteps, seemingly of the beast that Teddy had witnessed before, stomping after them as they, of course, set off the alarm. Yes, Tyson, it's this bad. They make it down a hallway, open one of the cells, find a little gray old man who can't really say anything, close it, and find one housing Jack's wife, where they begin to question. She mentions that the police took the children, that they were being watched, nobody believed her, but she kind of wasn't making a whole lot of sense and kept talking about the mark on one of her children. And that was where we left off, with the beast storming down the massive hallway, unable to enter these smaller hallways. Tyson, you have been here, frankly, for not that long, guys. You did all of this in about an hour's span. Good job. That is how much in-game time has actually passed in a whole episode. I'm proud of you all. So, Tyson, the green blinking light above your head, buzzing, padded room, dingy, moldy, mildewy, smells of urine. You begin to hear people talking outside of your door. They sound familiar. That's Elenora, Teddy, Sylas. You hear them opening doors. And you hear one of them slam quickly. It sounds as though it's very close to yours, as you can hear the very heavy footsteps of something out in the hallway. In this moment, what are you doing?
So I've been up here for an hour. Nora put me in here.
Yes. I mean, you've been in there like literally maybe an hour, hour and a half.
Good timeout. Tyson is going to, if I recall, Nora didn't have my book, right?
No.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm Tyson's gonna go over to the door, like pound it kind of hard. Yeah, if someone would be helpful to open the door, kill me, that'd be great. If anyone's out there,
Are you yelling?
In a calm, almost dejected, being like, I'm pretty sure this is a bad idea, but I'll do it anyway.
Okay. So in this moment, Teddy, Sylas, and Elenora, Jack's wife, is seemingly going catatonic, retracing all of her steps, and kind of recoils into the corner. And again, now you are in a like 5x5 room, square. She's begins to recoil herself inward, and you could just see her shutting down as there is very little space in this room between the three of you. You hear muffled. Basically, you hear muffled screaming. Elenora, you know this voice well enough to recognize that Tyson is yelling something. You catch, please, if you... And that's really all you catch. You just hear, yeah, help.
Okay.
Because there are two padded doors between you, but you recognize the voice enough to know. However, the walls are still rattling from whatever is walking down that hallway.
Yeah. Is there like a window that I can see out of or anything? Or yeah, I'm just staying still then and waiting for this thing to pass. I'm gonna hunker down next to Teddy and be like, "You still got that pin, Teddy?"
Pull it out, take the cap off. Yeah.
Good. We're doing good then.
Ready for
Pretty
pen
sure-
murder.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's Tyson in the room next to us.
Tyson is
That
going
makes
to
sense.
turn over pages and part of the bread stuck into a ritual rune on the front pages, and just kind of focus on those, and just kind of prepare for what if something opens for to fully call Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Daddy. Sorry.
Sylas.
I want to do something stupid. So Silas doesn't leave Jack's wife's side. Um, I'll ask you as the keeper, like, so I have something called contagious insanity.
Yes.
What I'd like to do with that is sit almost catatonic like she is, with my sort of hands maybe on her shoulders or in her hands, and transfer Jack's memories, which are my insanity, to her, just to show her what I can see of the mansion, of him. Maybe not all of it, but just as much as I can get to her.
Okay.
I think this is a bad plan.
Please attempt it.
I encourage this.
First roll with the humble dice.
Show me snake eyes.
Straight middle of the road. It's a 10. But hold on, there's something I need to add to that, right? Oh shit, I'm still at -2. 12 altogether.
Okay. What does it say under the ability? Just
10 to 14 is choose one option. So the options are not exact.
Yeah,
but,
no, that's
okay. So afflict your victim with probably this one, I think. Afflict your victim with temporary psychosis in which they are haunted by their fears. It kind of fits that a little bit because it's her fear of Jack. I'm just giving that to her.
I will allow this because it's fun. So in this moment, you are holding her hand, and she begins to recoil in further. Her eye seems to, as you're looking, her right eye begins to twitch independently of the other, almost. And she just begins to rock back and forth as though she's witnessing something, before throwing her head back and screaming
No.
at the top of her lungs.
Have that for us.
Yep.
Uh,
The footsteps in the hallway begin to become more rapid. Boom, boom, boom. Tyson, you hear the woman across the hallway from you letting out a blood-curdling scream.
Wait.
Okay. How do you react in this situation? Are you guys staying in the room? What are we doing? Teddy does have the keys.
I do the Han Solo, like everything's we're all fine. We're all fine here.
I mean,
we're great. We're great.
you can hear as these massive footsteps are reapproaching your direction, they stop.
She's still screaming?
She stops, but is now catatonic. Like,
Okay.
that scream happens, and then it's like sobbing and catatonic and just balled up even more so.
Okay.
Tyson.
I realized I didn't check because I think about this. I'd like to. The door is locked.
Okay.
Is
Yeah, you try to open your door and it's locked.
okay. Just had to make sure, just in case.
And it bites your hand off. No,
That furniture does that to me.
it does. So she recoils in further. Your door opens. No, Sylas, Teddy, and Elenora. No. Your door just slowly opens.
I'm gonna flash the flashlight to try to blind whatever's there.
There's nothing in the hallway.
Oh fuck! Now I'm scared.
I'm gonna turn to Jessica. We need to leave. Can you leave?
She continues to mutter under her breath in a fetal position.
All right, I pick her up.
Like she is like locked. Like as you're holding her, you are able to. She at this point is also very frail, so she's not excessively heavy. But
Because I'm not excessively strong.
But as you're like, her joints are just locked. She's very tense. She's not
so I'll
making
just
it.
cradle.
Okay.
What do we do? Are we?
I'm pulling out the keys and I'm gonna run and I'm gonna unlock Tyson's, and then open the door.
Tyson, your door swings open.
I tackle Teddy.
The pen is still in my hand and I'm holding it like this.
It doesn't stop. Yeah,
Roll for aggression.
that's fair.
Both of you just roll. Both of you go ahead and roll for You know the thing. Go ahead and both of you roll.
Oh, that's a 9.
Oof. But I get a -1 because I'm still in the -1, so it's a 13.
I got a 9. So, what is that? Violence? Because I don't.
That is violence.
Oh, it doesn't anticipate subject to bad luck. Base my target or type my assault. So I'm pretty sure I just got stabbed with a pen. I think we can agree that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah. And Teddy, yours is a 13 total.
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't have been intending to stab him. It was just more of like I'm holding it very close to my chest.
And that ultimately is that is the complication. So you kind of just go to essentially post up and defend yourself, but in that moment between those two rolls, Tyson comes barreling almost out of fear innately through this door. Teddy, you just hold your pin up instinctively. Tyson, you do catch Teddy across. It jabs you in the shoulder as you lean back, as you're kind of finally sitting up, scuffling on the ground. There is a pin lodged into your shoulder. As you all peer down the hallway, and you do take 1 harm, you all peer down the hallway. There is a massive stitched being. There are 2 heads, one of which is like flopping and swaying as though one of the joints in its neck is dislodged, a tongue hanging from its just drooling, pus-filled mouth. The hair is in dreads. The other head, Teddy, you immediately recognize. However, this head, while aged and somewhat obviously gruesome, you notice there are stitches that run right along its eye line, and you notice, unlike the picture you have, this head has brown eyes, and you immediately recognize those eyes to the child of Elenora. You see those eyes and you recognize all of these the childhood images that you have seen of Elenora. That's what they look like. And Teddy, specifically, you notice this because of your obsessive nature recently with the eyes. You see it almost instantly, but you see stitches running. And you do notice massive arms, and the trunk of this creature is like 3 human bodies conglomerated together, and you see arms stretched out, but it is unable to fit in this narrow hallway.
Is the face that the eyes are attached to, are they masculine? Like, is the face more masculine looking, or okay?
Yes, it appears to be the other male figure in the picture.
Yeah,
it was not the
that's
doctor.
Okay, cool. That's what I was coming to. So
and
I'm gonna
just staring down this hallway at you all, and it is just breathing, and it is a wretched smell.
I don't know why you would do that. As I pull the pen out and like hand my flashlight.
Why would you just
Tyson?
crank it out?
Why would you tackle me when I'm opening the door?
Because I thought you were somebody else.
Also,
Fuck.
as you know, obviously this is a horrible sight as well. I will need all of you to keep it together.
I'm not in the hallway yet. Does that matter?
No, if you're not in the hallway yet, you have not seen this.
Okay.
So are just Teddy and Tyson in the hallway, or who else in the
It depends on if you would have followed out the door. If you would not have followed out the door, then you have not seen this creature yet, and you just see the stupid happening in front of you with them stabbing each other with pens.
I think I've just seen them being the stupid and stabbing each other with pens. Yes. And
Okay.
I'm behind her.
That's
So I didn't even
six.
see the stupid.
A 6?
The 16.
16. Okay.
And I have an 11.
Okay.
I also handed the flashlight to Tyson. I don't know if he heard me say that, but
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it did.
So instantly, all of these things are. You pull the pen, you hand this flashlight, you look over and see this creature, and in this moment, Tyson, you have seen some crazy-ish today. You just literally you grit your teeth and look at this thing in front of you. You are not surprised in this moment, Teddy. This brings back memories for you. You've seen this before. You begin to piece all of these things together before realizing that this is the creature you had witnessed as a child, and you become terrified. You do lose one stability, and you begin to quiver and shake. Tyson, you can feel Teddy beginning to just tremor.
It's fine. It can't come down this hallway.
Nora. He just starts like repeating like Nora as he's staring down the hallway at this thing and like slowly like taking a step back, waiting a second, taking a step back. Farther and farther down.
And Eleanor, you guys see this. You see just Teddy see something, kind of puzzle, and then become terrified and begin to melt backwards as Tyson is definitely staring at something. And you begin to get the smell of this putrid odor creeping into the room, worse than the mildew that was already present.
Well, at this point, I think I'm probably just excited to see Tyson alive because I had probably assumed he was dead at this point. And so I'm excited, so I'm going to go check and see if he's okay. So I just kind of start making my way towards them, not even thinking about, oh, they seem to be acting a little strange. I just think they stabbed each other with a pen.
I'm going to stop Eleanor before out of the door. And then we're going to walk closer. There's a bedded monster down the hall.
What?
Do with that what you will.
I'm going to peek around the corner and see if I can see this thing.
Ditto.
No.
I'm going to look back at Tyson and be like, there's nothing down there, Tyson.
I see it.
Nope.
I don't know what's worse. The fact that I don't. Definitely the fact that I listen. Two-headed thing smells like.
I'm just gonna go in and give Tyson a hug and just be like, I don't know what happened up here. Everything seems very off. Honestly, I've seen some very strange things today. I believe you if I'd seen it, but there's a lot of I'll take your word for it.
Trust me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't like to be that guy, but we are currently alive and I'm ready to celebrate that just like everybody else, but I would like to keep it that way. So we need to probably keep moving.
Where?
No idea.
Perfect. Glad you have a direction.
Teddy, you're the one that's been here forever. You tell Teddy, hello, over here. What's his deal?
I'm gonna still have the pack of what was it, gummies. I'm gonna pull. Just hold one. Hey, you want a gummy? Here's.
I'm just grabbing from his hand, open him up, and just.
Yeah. Come on, Teddy.
We need to get out of here, buddy.
Eleanor's here.
It's your. The thing is your brother, Eleanor.
I don't have a brother, Teddy. As I was an only child, how would.
And I'll pull out the picture again of the three of them and show her. This is you. You have brown eyes here. Now you have green eyes. Because your brother, who has the shades on, probably had green eyes. And your dad, who is the doctor, didn't like it. So he cut out your brother's eyes and cut out your eyes and swapped them.
Teddy, I never
Teddy.
even saw this, whatever it was. So, and again, Teddy, I think that's just a little girl. She has dark hair, but
You said cut out eyes?
me.
Can we see any like scarring or anything around Eleanor's face?
Asking the questions here.
I would say I will give you an option.
Okay.
Roll investigate.
Or-
Or I will also allow. I will allow you to also, I would say, investigation, observe a situation. And in this very
Okay.
particular situation, I will allow you to see through the illusion.
Actually, on that point, with everything that Tyson would like us, Sylas, do me a favor.
If you are
Stab me.
specifically, if you are very specifically Sylas, if you are very specific, you could do investigation, but perception's probably the road to go. So
Okay. What did you say, Tyson?
If you would be so kind as to just jab this back into the wound real quick. Just jam your
Yeah, all right.
finger in
No, do
there.
it.
Cool. That's gonna hurt, but to my understanding, every time I take enough pain, ability to see through the illusion.
okay, well, it definitely begins to hurt. And it's hurting. And are you how aggressively are you moving your fingers, Sylas?
I think I would know this because of Jack's history and everything like that. So I am trying to induce pain. So I'm watching his facial expression until it changes. So I think I know what's happening here.
Yeah, it definitely hurts, but Tyson, your pain tolerance is pretty high.
Oh God, I keep getting beat up by furniture. Fuck.
So I need you to go ahead. Let's endure your injury. So that's rolling with your fortitude.
Do you want me to do violence?
Minus harm, by the way.
It's
No. It's this is
Okay.
fortitude. Okay, so harm. That's a 7.
okay. Sylas, you twist. You feel a pop. And with that, Tyson, your whole arm begins to tingle. And as you remove your fingers, Sylas, you have a critical wound now, Tyson, as this is now gushing blood. Yes, it works.
That's right. That's all I needed.
And Sylas, what specifically are you still interested in seeing if there are scars?
Yes.
Okay, then I would go ahead.
Have me and Teddy seen any of this?
Yes, you guys are standing there. Well,
I
Teddy
gotta assume
is.
we're all standing around the same plot.
Yeah, you do
It's
see
like,
Sylas.
okay, Silas is just sticking his fingers around in there. It's
It's
fine.
fine. It's you've seen this before. He does a thing and he can see things. We've all seen. I don't know. Just let me do it.
Go ahead and roll your observe a situation to see if you.
As I say that, I'm looking at her eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's 6.
You are staring at Eleanor. Eleanor, you are well aware that Sylas is now staring at your eyeballs.
Are you good? You okay? Everybody seems to be acting a little strange since we came up here. I need y'all to get it together.
Yeah, it's just weird, right? I mean, it does look like you in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
All I see is a little girl. She's got dark hair.
Well,
But you don't remember anything from your childhood, right?
I remember being passed off to other family members, and that's about it.
So plausible. is what we're talking about here.
I guess.
And Sylas, so in this situation, you're specifically wanting to know specifically if you see a scar, right?
Yeah, that's the question, technically.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not excessively obvious to you, but as you're looking, no. You see a very angry Elenora who continues to glare at you as you are squinting at her.
All right, so we might get another look at this as we move on. Are you good, Tyson?
Tyson.
Yeah.
You're bleeding profusely.
This exchange is going, but so as this pain hits you in your shoulder, there are kind of like flashes of cold chills that run across your forehead from, the excessive amount of pain. And everything remains very consistent around you for a moment. Please roll for your see through the illusion.
That's a 7.
A 7?
17.
Oh,
17.
Hellfire. Okay. Yeah, so as you're looking around, your surroundings do not change. Your clothing looks a little more disheveled. Everyone's looks a little more tarnished than it is. Looking at Elenora, as you are in searing pain, and it is not a controlled, like you are peering. You are just rocked. But as your vision blurs a little bit, you are looking past Elenora, only to notice the slightest scar, only ever so briefly, before coming back, and now you're just in pain, and you are gushing blood. It is a critical wound.
Will he see me covered like head to toe in blood from where I was rolling around in that pool before?
Oh, yep. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, so as you're looking, Sylas is covered head to toe in blood.
Yeah.
And before all of a sudden, as you are staring, you see Sylas just return to normal. I'd completely forgotten. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I forgot too.
It's Tyson said, okay, not what I said for. And we'll do clothing to try and do half hour just quick to just deal with the wound a bit. So it's not bleeding as bad.
I can see Tyson struggling to dress his wounds. I'm gonna go over there and help him. And me and Sylas we're not getting along at the moment. So I don't know. I'm giving Sylas some death glares. Over there digging his fingers around and Tyson telling me I'm someone different and just.
Go ahead and do me a Tyson roll 2d10 for me. And Elenora, would you consider yourself helping?
Yes.
Okay, so in that situation, I'll say go ahead, roll your 2d10 plus, let's make this coolness, as you're trying to kind of act under pressure at the moment to try to see if you can stop the blood gushing.
Coolness 15.
Okay.
Yeah, 15 for...
And Elenora, okay.
It's a 9.
So as you are patching this wound, you kind of have it, but Elenora seems shaky almost, and your hands kind of collide as you think you finally have it bound, and it pulls back out.
God damn it. Oh, fuck. Okay. As I try it again, like, fuck.
And in this situation, I will go ahead and ask you to endure one last time.
Ooh, that's a 5.
The arm falls off.
No. You go to stick this back in this wound, and you do manage somewhat to kind of, as you shove the cloth in there, as it had been previously somewhat tended, this shot of absolute pain rocks up your spine, and everything goes black. Tyson collapses to the floor, passed out from the pain. And you
What
are
did you
all
do,
sitting there.
Elenora?
Didn't do anything. I was just trying to help him. I'm gonna kneel on the floor and kind of, slap Tyson's face a little bit, try to get him to wake up. I'm kind of panicky now because everything has just gone wrong as so far as that we've been up here.
I'm literally still holding
Yeah.
Jessica. I don't really know what to do.
The wound is now, like, as you are sitting there, the fabric that is blotting it is becoming scarlet red.
I'm definitely trying my hardest to suture that
Apply
thing back
pressure,
up.
yeah.
Just
Yeah, you're just applying pressure,
Yeah.
holding it. Teddy, what are you doing? You're witnessing this brief moment of absolute chaos.
So he's gushing blood from a hole in his shoulder, like a
Well, now
larger
there's-
hole,
there's-
hole than the one that.
Yeah, well, there's fabric there now, and you can see Elenora applying pressure.
I'm gonna take the cap off the pen, and then I'm gonna open up a pack of gummies, and I'll pour them into my hand, and then I'm gonna walk over, and I'm gonna try to stuff the wound with the gummies, and then clog it with the cap of the pen.
It's the worst MacGyver ever.
I don't know medical stuff, but I'm gonna do it.
I'm watching Teddy do this, but I'm all out of hope at this point.
And I'm
I'm
like,
just
it's
letting
like
Teddy do
for
it.
every two I put in, I eat one. Like,
Okay, then please roll. Okay, Elenora, are you allowing Teddy to do this?
I am so worried that Tyson is just gonna bleed out and die at this point that I am letting Teddy do this, but I'm definitely very stressed the entire time.
Please
But
roll act under pressure, Teddy.
oh no!
While you roll, I just want to you're in a medical facility.
And
gummies
can I
That's
ask
our choice.
a rules question?
Uh-huh.
So I went from being distressed, which is -1. It says -1, keep it together, to neurotic, which is -2. Is that -2 to all rolls, or is that -2 to? Okay, so I have a minus. It's -2 to all of them, or to all rolls. Okay, so I have a -4. This is gonna be great. Yeah, nobody said I was good under pressure. That's why we have gummy bears getting shoved into arms. Are you shitting me? That's a 4 on the die. -4 for a 0.
How are
Thank you,
we?
Umbral Oculus
how
Dice.
are
I
we
love
this?
you.
I
How are
mean,
we
you
this?
put him in there really well. I guess that's what that means, right? Like, because that'll kill him for sure.
Do I get to act? No. It was nice knowing you guys.
Tyson.
I'm sorry, Tyson.
So, Teddy, you come up and you start shoving gummy bears into this wound.
They can fill a pocket. They can fill a wound.
As you shove this pen cap to do this, Tyson, you are taking one more harm. This new shot of pain shocks you out of your sleep. You are still bleeding, and you are becoming lightheaded.
I think I would like to use one of my just for the scene. But
Okay.
I'm running out of time, I'm pretty sure. I'd like to use my soulbound with what little is left and call Father to help.
Okay.
I
Let's
have to
see
roll
here.
a soul.
It's been a while since you've used your thingy.
If I use soulbound, if I roll high enough, I get more use, which include calling on the entity, dispelling magic target, or get to see things as they truly are.
Okay.
Rolled a
Do your
22.
22.
A 9 and a 10 plus my 3.
Go ahead and Which options are you? What are you going with?
I'm just calling on the entity. I don't know what that'll do, if anything, but I'm feeling with you going in and out of consciousness. All I can logically do is call out to follow, to help. How? Don't know. Don't think of anything. I'm just like, help, please. There's gummies in my shoulder.
This is chaotic.
That classic call for help.
Dad,
We've all been there.
there's gummies in my arm. I'm scared.
Okay. I mean, with Teddy's dice roll of 4 and everything included, there's just no way that was gonna go better. But Tyson, you wake up screaming, and you find yourself calling out to whatever this entity has been that has plagued your life. And your screams turn into the sound of rolling thunder and the crashing of waves. And your dizziness and lightheadedness, you begin to feel the sway of water. And you are sitting on the bow of a yacht, covered in blood, racked with pain from your shoulder. Sitting down the bow of this boat, legs casually crossed, black suit and tie, cane in hand, no visible face at the moment because the one flickering light coming from the ship itself just isn't providing much. There's a crash of thunder, and you, in this moment, what do you do?
So I have no idea what's going on, but I'm not getting any answers. I'm not getting help. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. And just make it stop or make it sense. That'd be wonderful.
The head of this entity rolls to the other side, looking at you. And remains silent.
Yeah. You know what? And Tyson is going to run up as much as one can of all blood pain. Is going person
Going to run up and what?
punch because Tyson's mad.
You run up and you punch. It does not move. With that hit, however, you return to reality. And the blood is no longer gushing. It is weirdly stabilized. Granted, the gummy bears are falling out.
That's a plus. Oh shit. Sylas puts down Jessica. I have a giant pocket full of pills that I forgot about. We stopped by the thing, and I got a bunch of pills. So I'm going to look for a painkiller, or one that I think will be a painkiller, and give it to him.
Do you take it, Tyson?
Tyson doesn't care. Tyson takes it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Sorry, I forgot we stopped by the thing. Or I stopped by the thing.
That doesn't. None of us at this point.
Sure. The nihilistic approach isn't going to help right now, though. We need to like leave. Like, We need to find a way out of here. We can't just hang out on the third floor with all of us in different states of crazy.
I'm
And
gonna try.
go.
I'm gonna try and get a handle on myself. I'm gonna be like, I heard screaming from the other side, so I think there are still more people over there.
Do we try to release them?
I don't know what else we can do. I definitely don't want to leave them here, but
It'd be easier for us to escape in a group anyway, I think.
I think so too. Teddy,
Teddy,
could you open the other doors?
Reaches down and grabs his pen cap and then puts it back on his pen. And then pulls out the keys. I can try. I can try, yeah. And then he looks down at Sylas. Or not Sylas, but Tyson. I'm sorry I stabbed you and then packed your arm full of gummy bears. Or fruit snacks, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I mean, to be fair, for all the shit you gave to me, you kind of deserve it, but like...
I'm starting to learn I deserve a lot of shit.
we could have taken you up to the fourth floor and sewn you shut.
I still don't believe that there's a fourth floor.
My
But
neck
you-
says otherwise.
You really should.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
Jesus.
There's
As-
Nora! Hi!
You look down the end of the hallway, and a feminine figure with cotton white skin, black eyes, cotton like filament sticking out from the back of their head, red stitching running across their chest, down their abdomen, long needle-like fingers, is just staring you all down.
Oh.
Sylas, I thought we had talked about this. As your arm falls off and falls to the ground, and Jessica falls to your feet.
Do that.
Your game sucks. And it has no rules.
Your right leg falls to the ground and you collapse. You are watching Sylas begin to unravel.
I would
If I still
like-
have enough mind, I'd like to take one of my psychosis pills.
Okay, I will, yeah. Dang it, roll keep it together first.
Oh, this is gonna go real well.
Literally and figuratively.
Right?
Dang it. Haha, pun intended.
Oh. 14? It's like the
I mean, in this situation,
left-handed, if that helps.
I mean, basically, in this situation, you are literally falling apart. This has happened before, so you're not going to lose a stability in this situation. You're very distracted at the moment. You cannot focus on the fact that Jessica is writing, and before you can only really focus on the fact that you have now lost an arm and a leg.
Mm.
So you are focused on that and Nora.
Okay.
Tyson, Teddy, and Elenora, you are watching Sylas go bloop.
Actually, Tyson is not watching. Tyson is lack of in a rate of frustration towards Nora.
As you march towards Nora, both of your legs fall off below the knee, and you collapse to the ground on your stomach in front of her.
Uses the left. Now, this is it like hurt or like? Oh my god, I've been.
Like you're not bleeding. It's almost. It's like a clean cut. You're just it just is there.
If I'm not in like tremendous pain because of it, Tyson is then going to be using his arm to crawl forward. And the right arm is leverage.
They both fall.
While all
Just
this
a
is
flesh
going
wound.
on, I'm
Yes.
gonna go ahead and roll bound because my friends are literally falling apart in front of my eyes.
Smart.
So I'm gonna call upon bound and see if my entity will help me in any ways. I'm willing to make bargains, anything that'll help, but I'll roll for it. Okay. We got a 14.
Okay. Let me. Because it's been a minute since I've looked at bound. It's just been forever. Okay. Yeah. So you'll get an option. Which one are you? Are you calling on the entity, or are you trying to disperse this magic before you?
I'm trying to disperse the magic.
Okay. I will need you may. Who has most of your concern at this moment?
Probably Tyson because he's running towards Nora.
Okay. In this brief moment, you focus in on Tyson and you see his legs begin to like slink back towards him before pausing as suddenly as you are calling upon this entity that you are bound to. Your eyes meet Nora, and for the first time you recognize the dark eyes staring back at you as her head tilts and she smiles. My child, why do you fight against me? You've been looking for me, right?
No.
Yes.
How did... Just... I don't understand.
Of course not. You didn't need to, but now you've dug too deep. I guess we should have a family reunion then, shall we? Here, boys. As you are suddenly back together, this red thread wraps all four of you, and you are drug down the hallway. Jessica is left fetal position there. You are drugged down past the doors, past the weird amalgamation sentinel of sorts, through another set of double doors, down the hallway, around a corner. You can hear buzzing. There is flickering at the end of the hall. Teddy, you see him. That's the figure. That's the doctor. And as the doctor turns, you see white coat splattered with blood, gloves covered in some sort of liquid, as you can't quite make out exactly what is all over his hands. But as he turns to look, there are two empty sockets. Why, my dear, he took yours. So I gave you his. And this is what you have made of my gift. We had a deal.
I'm just gonna start like screaming and just being like, I don't know, I don't remember, I don't want to remember.
A needle rushes towards you and just barely pricks in the forehead as you are shunted back. Go ahead and roll for repressed memories for me, please. All of you are watching in horror. As I think perhaps you can decide if it's clicking for you all.
That's a 9, so things could be going better.
They definitely could be. In this moment, everything comes flashing back, being strapped to the table next to your brother, as your eyes were removed by your own father so that his son could see. You are roaming the house. Almost immediately afterwards, you find yourself unable to, you're in blackness. The void alone. As you call out, you hear laughing and crying in the background. You're alone. You're so alone. You find yourself running into furniture, at least that's what you think. As your little legs fall to the ground, you find yourself curled up in what you think is a corner before screaming out for anything and anyone to help you. Before the warm embrace of something finds you. And in that instant, you can see. Everything is fine. You go to sleep. But as you wake, you have a new life. Your father's gone. You're with your family. You open your own business. You have strange abilities, but you can't quite remember why. It all comes flooding back. And in this moment, Elenora, you are shunted back to your current reality. Fetal position, rocking back and forth. You do lose 2 stability.
Okay. As I remember all of this, I'm just screaming, crying. I'm having these flashbacks of everything, and I'm just screaming, I don't want your gift. I don't want it. And I'm just clawing at my eyes.
Okay. Teddy?
While we're getting dragged, can I try to use my and I don't know if it works like this, so please tell me if I can. But can I try to use my 6th sense to sense an opportunity to escape the binds?
Yeah. Yes. There's definitely some zeroing in at the moment. I would allow you to try to manipulate that.
I'm maybe helping with that, although I don't know, because Sylas, as he's being drugged, is just screaming like obscenities, like name calling to Nora, just the entire time.
Okay, I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll. I don't know. You know what? Let's. I don't even know where we would go with that. This is charisma something or other. Yeah. Dear God, you people.
Influence others.
Yeah, that's
What I'll be. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to piss her off. So.
Yeah. Okay. Do that. Yeah. Roll your influencing others, because that's either going to help or. Yeah.
That's a 20.
Okay.
Oh wait, 19 with the things.
Teddy, what did you roll?
I rolled a. Do the minuses apply to that or to these rolls for like 6th sense and stuff, or is it just?
It says let me double check, because it
says for disadvantages, keeping it together and seeing through the illusion at higher levels is what the character sheet says. So it's only for those.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So then advantages, it would be fine. Okay, so that's 14 then. So then I get 2 options. So the first is discover a sense, or the options are act first, sense when somebody wishes you good or ill, or discover a sense of clue to lead you when you're off track.
I would say the clue when you're off track.
Okay, clue when you're off track, and then I would imagine the act first would eat up the second one, because I get 2.
Okay, I was gonna say you do also have a +2 to your roll, because Sylas is.
Oh, in that case, it would be a 16,
Yeah.
so I get 3. All right, so I'll save one for later, and I'll use the 2 for finding a way out and getting out.
Okay, so in the moment that this is happening, it is very clear that Nora is very focused on Elenora. Sylas is screaming Mimi, and you just managed, Teddy, to. 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 You just managed, T catch sight of kind of a rusty piece of pipe coming off of a radiator nearby. So you do see this as an opportunity to try to cut this thread that is binding you.
Yeah, I'll kind of roll sideways, like try to grab it so it just slices right up and cuts everything.
So you are free. Tyson and Sylas, you feel this thread begin to loosen from you. Teddy, in the moment you are instantly freed, what are you doing?
Are there what do you call it, rooms, isolation rooms on the side too, or is it just
This
on the
is
opposite
all
side?
like it's on the opposite side. So in this wing, it's another L-shaped wing. It is just like treatment rooms. As you're all looking there, I mean, there are horrific visions in some of these rooms.
I'm gonna try to loop back around, sticking with the original plan of letting everybody out and loop back around to where all the isolation rooms are.
Okay, so you book it. You guys, Sylas
No,
and Tyson, you see.
As I do, I'll turn and I'll make eye contact with Sylas and Tyson. And since I didn't say it last time, I'll just go, be safe, and just book it.
Okay, so you are currently in the act of quote unquote booking it. Sylas and Tyson. You see that the thread does begin to loosen as Teddy escapes, Elenora currently clawing at her face, and we'll get back to that in just a second.
Yeah, I want to. If it's loose enough, he will be thrashing about anyway. So if it becomes loose enough through his thrashing, he would. I'd like to try to escape as well.
Okay.
Although I'm not booking it, I have a different plan if I get out.
I mean, in this instant, it's minimal thrashing. The thread is loosened. You can manage to get out. Nora's watching you, but you can get out.
That's fine, because if I get out, when I get out, I'm going to go Goldberg spear her as soon as I stand up.
And I would like to try to create, because apparently the Tyson have the same processing power.
So you guys both go to spear Nora.
Kinda. Is this
So we just hit each other.
new scene?
Do what?
Is this a new scene?
From when you used bound? Not really.
No? Okay. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, that's fine. We're not in danger.
No, you guys spear this mothball smelling entity.
And is it a new scene from when I used Contagious Insanity on Jessica? Because that's been a while.
Yes. Technically, yes. That was in the room versus, yeah, I will say that is a different one in this situation.
Once I make contact with her, I want to do that to her. I want to put my hand on her face and do Contagious Insanity.
And Tyson was specifically to do something slightly different. Seems my see through the illusion for a moment. Is it possible to still see through illusion in this moment?
I mean,
and if not, it's fine. Then alternatively, my goal is to see if there's any, and I mean any, loose threads on them.
I mean, you absolutely, like, in all of the chaos that is happening, you are having throughout this, you are having kind of flashes, just in extreme moments of trauma. There are flashes of reality. It seems that Nora is very well kept.
Okay, well, I'm not going to try and spear. It's wild. I am going to and slide under Sylas as it's happening, because hospital floors, and my goal is like I'm for a low tackle.
Okay, so all of this is happening. Elenora, I mean, how intently are you clawing out your eyes?
Oh, I'm going hard. I'm going hard.
Then you absolutely take 2 harm.
Okay.
This is critical. You are gushing blood, but you can hear Nora's maniacal laughing in the back of your head all the while. Teddy, you're booking it. You make it to the other side, past the alarm system. At the end of that hallway is a beast. It looks like some kind of constructed monstrosity as it lurches forward, as hands begin to rise up from its sides, and more and more, as it grips onto the far end of the hallway. Jessica, by the way, is slowly crawling down this hallway towards you. You see splays of hands, dozens, all stitched and conglomerated together as almost if some sort of sick wingspan attached to the shoulders of this creature, as it begins pulling itself through that hallway. Teddy, are you going to grab Jessica or are you going to run?
This isn't the thing that I'm used to. Like, this isn't the thing that I know. This is something completely different.
Yes.
Hang on, is this the thing that we wait, is this the
Yes.
oh shit. Um,
there are like
I'm-
red threads hanging and it's like cricking as these hands are.
and like Jessica
gripping.
is between me and it.
Yes. The stairs are to your right.
Fuck, I want to be nice to Ronan and save his wife, but no, I think the first thing I would do.
But no, thank you.
but it's Ronan. It's okay. No. I'm gonna run up and I'm going to scoop up Jessica, and then I'm gonna try to get her on her feet. Shove the keys into her hand and just say, find somewhere safe. I don't. And then I'm gonna try to run at it and slide under it and like book it down the back end of the hallway so it doesn't keep following us.
Okay. Go ahead and let's roll some reflexes.
Ooh, that's not bad. That's a 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you are going to meet this creature. You managed to hand these keys to Jessica. You run, you slide under it as its head completely turns all the way around, and the hands begin to twist and follow you back down the hallway.
I'm gonna keep running down the hallway because it's the hallway that we went to the isolation rooms.
Yeah.
If I keep following that hallway, is there a door for like a stairwell or anything? Oh god.
Nope.
Fuck. Great.
Run. You are at a dead end, and we'll be right back with you, Teddy. Sylas and Tyson. So Sylas, go ahead.
All right.
We will go ahead. Yeah, just roll your contagious. That's fine.
Yes. So basically what I'm trying to do is force all of my sort of demons and withdrawal and all that sort of stuff into her mind.
Okay.
I have a type. Okay, 12. So I can do that. I can do one of those things. So that's what I do. I push sort of all that negativity into her mind.
Okay. And Tyson, go ahead. Engage in violence.
Which I shouldn't, because
you're engaging in combat. I need to know the flow of this.
That's actually a 16.
What?
Yeah, 16.
Okay, so you managed, as you hit the base of this creature, you realize it's not necessarily got individual legs. It's more floating everywhere. As you hit, you definitely managed to like take her legs out. As she falls, Sylas lands with his hand on her forehead. There is a very loud thud as her form hits the ground. Sylas, as you pour all of this energy into Nora, the tiles around you crack and split. There are strange images throughout the halls of a brother and a sister playing. There is an older woman yelling at them, chasing the boy down, and beating him. There is suddenly the sweet smell, a smoky essence rolling down the hallway, and the floor is beginning to crack around you. Elenora, you can no longer see.
Uh-huh.
You hear the clamoring around you. You are bleeding profusely. What are you doing? You can hear these things going on around you, but you're lost in your memories, so...
As I'm just sitting there, I'm just gonna be like, what do you want from me?
And in a strangely monotone voice for Nora, you just hear everything. And a needle and thread shoots from the thread that is amassed in the floor and pierces through your skull, Elenora. Or at least that's what it's attempting. Are you enduring? Yes, you're enduring. You can't see.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
I was thinking, like in my head, I was like, oh, you might be able to. Nope, you can't do that. So go ahead and endure.
Okay. Okay. It's a 17.
There is a needle and thread piercing through your skull currently. This is oddly clean, but you can feel it. And it is driving you mad as it lunges back.
Yeah, I assume I'm just screaming in absolute agony at this point.
You guys see this happening. Elenora, you are still bleeding out.
Did she when she said everything, like, because my hands are on her head, like pushing her face down or pushing the back of her head down. When she said everything so calmly, was that when I had my hands on her face? All right, then just out of anger, Sylas is going to, because he's got both hands on her head, just pick it up and just try to slam it against the tile.
Okay. You know Tyson, in this moment, you see this happen. I mean, you're quite adept in this moment in combat. So I'm gonna say that you are slamming, and as you're slamming, she's abnormally heavy for what she is, and like the thud, it just doesn't feel like it's gaining perch. Like it's like when you're in a dream and you're trying to hurt something or hit something, and it just feels like you're barely doing anything. That's what it begins to feel like.
When I see that putting the head down in that direction, there's an I had collected earlier when one of the an incident pulling this thread, he had dropped a pen. Now is the moment in which I'm going to make Nora see clearly the pen in her eye.
Okay, I mean, you stab.
It's like the Dudley brothers.
So you stab Nora through the eye. Everything around you shudders. Teddy, as you are now stuck at the end of this hallway, This creature is briskly making its way, the hands creaking and pulling, almost like perverse wings stretched down towards you. Just as it goes to lunge for your face, it unravels before you. You hear Nora screeching. Elenora, the blood pours from your eyes once again. You are enraged. Everything has been taken from you. Your life is a lie. Elenora begins to let out a god-awful screech. And as she does this, there is a thump before Elenora collapses to the ground and ceases breathing. And that is where we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break as we return to discover the fate of Elenora et al. So we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Stick around with us. Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're enjoying everything. It's a bit chaotic, but we're getting there. We're getting there. As we come back and finish this chapter. See you guys soon.
Let's put gummy bears in her eyes.
Yeah, you know what?
and welcome back. Through events of pure chaos and absolute just blatant fuck-uppery, Tyson was bleeding from his shoulder because of a pen wound stuffed with gummy bears. All while in the face of abominations, Sylas and Tyson begin to unravel because of the seamstress making an appearance. You all are taken by Nurse Nora down the hallway to eventually find Eleonora's daddy missing 2 eyes. Elenora having flashbacks of her memories, recalling the horrific events that led to her possessing her father's eyes through a dark deal made with Nurse Nora. In this fit of insanity, Elenora took her own eyes. And as she begins to bleed, Sylas and Tyson attack Nurse Nora, seemingly dealing significant enough damage both mentally and physically to begin to alter their surroundings. Teddy is being chased by a monstrosity down a hallway in an attempt to protect Jessica. Just as this abomination collapses and unravels in front of him, Teddy, you do hear the same thum. And a screech. Tyson and Sylas, you are currently attacking this stitched being in front of you. You witness Elenora drop dead and cease to breathe. In this moment, Sylas, I need you. Something in your vicinity, you begin to feel and hear a shift in the air around you. Do you dodge or endure? I will allow you to tell me. You begin to hear like there's a whoosh coming. What are you doing?
Well, to stay true, I was going to tell you that I was going to be blind to Elenora sort of passing out because I'm kind of in the zone. So I will also be blind to this. So I will endure this.
Okay. So something is lashing out at you.
Thank you, Oculus. That is minus stuff. 19.
You do so. There is a movement in the air, and you suddenly receive what feels like 4 nails scratch across your face, and you do have scratch marks across your face, but you manage to ride out of the pain as you are currently just so focused on the scary, wicked monstrosity before you. Tyson, do you take notice? I mean, you have jabbed this pen in Nora's eye. Everyone is killing everyone with pens. What are you doing? You see this happen. What are you doing?
I feel like from the angle alone that since Sylas is facing one way, Tyson's kind of facing the other, Tyson would be able to notice what's going on with Elenora from my angle.
Okay.
So assuming whatever's happening, Tyson cannot endure a single thing at this point and will try to avoid whatever's happening.
Okay. You hear this whooshing, and it goes right by you. It seems directed at Sylas.
Once it strikes, I will avert my attention to it.
There is nothing.
Of course. Why would there be?
You hear that, you hear a faint screeching. Teddy. Oh no, go for it first. Yes.
Just if it's possible, the pen, I would like to stir it.
You're stirring.
Am I bleeding?
You are a little, yes. So you touch your face and you do have blood on your fingers. Tyson, you ream this pen as the entity before you seems to be like in a stasis of some sort. As the walls continue to shift around you, Sylas, you continue to hear the laughs of very familiar children. You smell that spell. The creature continues to writhe and the walls crack further around you. Teddy, the walls are cracking around you. Down the hallway, you see two children, a dark-haired boy and girl, not familiar to you in any way, shape, or form, playing and then being chased by this elderly woman before vanishing down the hallway. And the creature before you has unraveled. There are twitching hands all down the hallway before you as you can hear Jessica screaming at something distantly.
Gonna book it back down the hallway.
Please. So as you are rolling, like going to run down this hallway, you have the pen in hand and you feel the hands on the floor twitching and spasming, like trying to reach out at you. What are you doing?
I'm going to. I saw this on TV once. Back when it was like we had that one time when the cable came in somehow for some reason, and there was like this cowboy show, and he hopped from like one peg to the next peg to the next peg. So I'm gonna try to hop from hand to hand to hand, and deftly and nimbly try to kind of duck and roll and stuff out of the way.
Roll your reflexes.
Hey, that's not bad. That's an 18.
18. I mean, you, at this point, hearing the screaming, having heard Elenora scream, you deftly make your way back towards, at least out of this immediate vicinity. You round the corner past the remnants of this creature, and you see the walls around you crumbling and cracking. You see Jessica holding on to a wall like she has let people out, and there are people running to the stairwell, but she seems to be frozen in fear just by the stairwell as the world around her is crumbling.
I'm gonna run up to her and grab the keys back. Are you all right? You need to get out of here.
It's everything's falling apart, and she's beginning to panic.
I'm gonna take out the thing of fruit snacks and hand them to her and say, I don't have pills. I didn't take any of Silas's pills, but I'm gonna pull out a pack of fruit snacks and hand them to her and say, these always help calm me down when I used to get into fits. Here, and I'll help her open one, and I'll like put one in her hand for her to try. Like just try to like calm her down.
She's like shaking and trying to eat the fruit snack, kind of a little bit like looking at you very strangely as the world around you is crumbling.
But focus on the fruit snacks. Make your way out. It will be okay.
And as she's eating, you can see her legs are quivering. She's like frozen in fear.
Oh, shit. Okay. Not very strong, so I can't carry you. Oh shit. If I look down the hall, can I see what's going on with them?
It's around a corner. You cannot see.
It's around a corner. Okay.
Elenora, you do see this.
I'm just gonna accept that.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Shit. Do I leave? This way. Do I leave? No, you shouldn't leave. No, they need you, but she needs me. I know she needs you, but like, if you leave with her, then they're gonna be stuck. Do I really care, Tyson? All of a sudden, Sylas was nice to me. He was a good roommate. He taught me all about this. Yeah, but who gives a shit about Tyson? He always got you in trouble. now I'm in a three-pronged debate. Do you have any idea? Well, I mean,
As you were
it's like
talking to, as you are
rambling in a circle around to himself.
as you are rambling, you hear a familiar effeminate voice whisper in your ear, "Get out with her."
Okay, and I'll grab her arm and just start pulling her out.
You begin to start making your way down the stairs. And you're rounding. There are people, like some of these people are kind of scattered and like stopping, but you are making your way down the stairs.
I'm gonna start opening up as we're going. I'm just gonna start opening up packs of fruit snacks and throwing a breadcrumb or a gummy trail, a fruit snack trail, down the stairs and like out the route we came. And I'll yell over my shoulder to like, because I imagine there's like a level of hesitant. Like some people are like booking it, but then there's some people who are like taking their time still processing. So as I'm running, I'll just follow the fruit snacks. They'll lead you out of here. In case of danger, also follow the fruit snacks because they'll tell you where to detour to. I don't really think I need to explain that. We all know how to get out of here, or should by now. And I'm just going to keep running.
Okay. Sylas and Tyson. The creature is shuddering and seems to be shaking whatever mental effects.
Something just moved in my garage, scared the shit out of me. Just so everyone's clear.
The stirring, what does it feel like? Oh no. Brain matter? Does it feel like...
Okay, I'm gonna say something, and please, you're free to tell me that that's not normal. But you know when you stab a teddy bear, and it feels like cotton.
We need to talk after this.
Okay, I've been stirring because I've been using the technique used to like try to unravel something like a spaghetti focus to get enough coiled on there to then take the pen and just start doing that like electrician's form of coiling the thread to unravel as fast as I possibly can.
Okay, and you pull and you begin to unravel. There is a brief flash as the walls become more grimy, but you can see that they are dissolving, like they are melting in this other vision that you have. You have this sinew that you are wrapping, then switching back, and it is cotton. And as you look down, as you realize this is what's happening out of the corner of your eye, you see almost an ethereal form at the end of the hallway looking towards the reception area and stairwell before coming back, and you are wrapping cotton.
I would like to make a clear note that Tyson has chosen in this moment to give in to the same lack of concern that he may have had on the just giving in to the yacht pain of just being like, maybe I'm a murderer. And it's just like unraveling this woman being like, it's just cotton. It's what it is.
Okay. Sylas, you see this cotton begin to get pulled out.
I am comfortable with where she's at, curious to what hit me. So I'm gonna stand up and kind of just take this room in, and just kind of see what I see.
Do it.
Sort of past I'm no longer seeing red.
Yeah.
Uh, 10.
10. Okay. Well, you get your question.
Well, one, I guess you tell me. Do I have to roll to observe dead Elenora?
Specifically in this situation, yes.
Okay, so generally what I want to see is just I want to do a quick scan of the room and look for anything that is an immediate threat and or kind of like a noteworthy. Just I'm looking for big stuff. I'm not looking for anything small. So
Okay, so as you are looking around, it just seems there's not an immediate threat short of Nora, who is currently beginning to move more freely. Whatever effect she was under is about to wear off any second, as you can see her hands begin to rise up. And as you are observing, you see a figment briefly of yourself as a child running down the hallway towards you before dissipating. And Nora stands.
and I'm right
Tyson,
there.
you are basically slid off, and you continue to unravel and pull and wind. Sylas, your legs fall out from under you, and Tyson, you see one of her hands lash out towards you. What would you like to do?
Are we still in the same scene?
For the sake, because of we will say the death of Elenora is the start of a new scene. But that will also mean any further combat rolls and things that you we'll reamp the. I mean, real.
It's fine. So she's
really?
lashing at me with like blade-like finger hands.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is still the same scene.
That's fine.
Okay.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Knowing the general, I don't know the layout. I know the direction she took me up here, which was the elevator. I don't know where the stairs are technically.
When you step out of the elevator, across the way from you is the stairwell.
Okay, so what?
It's very obvious.
I'm going to try and dive under her legs while still pulling, and run towards the stairs while coiling.
Roll your reflexes as you are attempting to do the thing.
It's a reflexes 13 plus. That's a 15.
15? Okay. You do manage to slide. You maintain your hold on this cotton as you are running, but you swipe up under, and you manage, just as this finger swipes, it grazes just ever so slightly, and the hair is in a perfectly straight line where her finger met your scalp. But you have managed to slide on unharmed as you now round the corner as you run through this burst of cold air towards the stairwell. And in that moment, as you run through this burst, you almost glance and you see an ethereal, effeminate face. Elenora, you see Tyson running to the stairwell. Do you follow or do you stay?
I follow.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
My bad.
So-
as I dive under Nora and make my way through this cold energy. Stay safe.
I feel better now.
Yeah. So you Tyson, as you run, this cool air is like following behind you. There is a string of cotton, but it severs. As you continue to run to the stairwell, do you continue?
So I feel it get severed.
Yes.
Now, can I make out this figure of cold astral
You
thing?
you have a strong feeling that Elenora is present.
I think while still moving. Yeah. Elenora, follow. I will find a way to bring you peace. But continues running because Tyson is tired of dying.
Valid. Okay, you make your stairwell and you begin your trek downward. Sylas, you are left on the floor
Cool.
before a one-eyed Nora.
So this has happened to me 3 times. So I think at this point I can at least somewhat be relatively in my own head.
Yeah,
So what I'm going to try to do is reach into my pocket and pull out the yellow pill of Elenora that messed me up last time, in the hopes of seeing what's really going on and maybe even getting a bit of psychosis going. Just
Okay.
have the fun happen.
Okay. I mean, you take it, and before you, Nora's form. Hang on. Okay. Nora's form is, instead of cotton coming from the eye that you had previously seen, it is gushing blood. There is sinew. But while she definitely looks harmed, is standing strong and smiling at you.
Are my
The
legs
wall-
back?
Nope. They are
Dope.
bleeding
That's worse.
out
This is
onto
worse.
the floor. The walls around you are still wavering. They are not crumbling, but they seem to be melting. As she begins to slowly move towards you.
I'm going to try to kind of squirm. I'm not going towards her. I kind of just want to prop my back up. So at least like I'm sitting up facing her.
Mm-hmm.
So what now?
I think you've lost.
I think you've lost. I'm still addicted.
You are, aren't you?
Quite.
Time for treatment, as she grabs you by your hair and drags you into one of the rooms, leaving your legs behind. You are thrown up onto a table, quickly stitched to the table. As the eyeless doctor makes their way in to the room with a very dated sort of medical bag. It is opened. And you see them reach in and pull out a very large syringe and begin to approach you.
I will do stuff. Hold on. I still have my arms, correct?
Yeah, they're bound, but yes.
Okay. Is Nora still there?
Yep, standing in the doorway, smiling in her not so nice form.
Hey, legs. I don't know if this is gonna kill me, but would you be willing to grant a final request?
What's that?
My rosary.
She backs out of the room and begins to make her way down the hallway. You are left, the doctor is now just hovering over you, like ready. There is some strange fluid in this syringe, just hovering over you.
Did you catch the game yesterday?
Says nothing. Just wobbling over you. A single thread hanging from one of the sockets.
If it's any consolation, you've had beautiful eyes.
Teddy, you are making your rounds down these stairwells. You've got Jessica in tow. She's a little clunky. You round the second floor. All of these people, third floor. As you hit the outside, the cold air hits you. You are running through what appears to be snow before seeing before you is just an expanse of dead trees. What are you doing? You hit the outside, you see this at first, your senses tell you that it is snowing and that it is cold before finding that you are stepping through ash.
I'd like to use my last. I'm gonna couple it up. I'm gonna enhance awareness, but I'm also going to use my last sixth sense to try to feel out like a good vibe, good direction to start running. Like to bring everybody.
I will, well, and using what you previously had, I will just roll with what you had done. So as you using your sixth sense, you see ash raining down from the sky above you through these dead trees, and there are hills, and it appears endless in this moment, but there is something in you. As you are staring, you find a direction and you just start running. There's almost like there's something calling to you.
And I'm gonna, at this point, I'll grab Jessica's hand and make sure, like, before I was just making sure she was keeping up. At this point, like, I'll grab her by the hand. If they don't catch up, they have to be a good roommate. Sylas would want that. And I'll just kind of pen in one hand. Actually, no, pen back away, continuing to drop the fruit snacks as long as I have fruit snacks in my pocket. I'll just start leading everybody in the direction that I'm getting that gut pull to.
Okay. Tyson and Elenora, you are making your way down the stairwell.
Without any complications. Unimpeded and freely, comfortable even.
Casually.
And casually strolling out without any interruption or threads or
You're running this cold energy, still staying close at your side. Elenora, you have this sense. It's just ahead of you, 10 feet. It's to a wall. As you're running, you start to feel a warm glow. And you get the sense that Tyson does not see what you see. He does not see this door. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and like lead him towards the door, but I don't think.
Yeah, so like if you were to lead him, like, so you are attempting to lead him, like, how do you try to pull him? You can touch and interact within reason.
Okay.
They just.
I'm going to push him towards it.
Tyson, as you're running, this burst of cold behind you shoves you towards this wall, seemingly seemingly one of the corners in this stairwell. Do you continue to push until he hits the door?
Yes.
You are being shoved as you are running. It almost catches you, and you feel like you're about to hit this wall before you fall through a doorway.
Yeah, doors. They seem to give me the greatest of times.
The door closes behind you. Tyson, this is your apartment. Would you like to describe what you see as you fall into your apartment?
Confirming this is my loft apartment, the one I usually go to.
Yep.
The one that's like really like a
Yes.
jumble mess with my photo shoot equipment, my green screen and lighting setup, my studio setup with what seems to be takeout sprawled across multiple parts of this area. There's the lounge area with my really makeshift couch that you can tell is a hand-me-down from every street corner I could have picked it up from, and a TV that only slightly works. It's not a great studio apartment. It's terrible, but it has great lighting and great ambiance for photo shoots. And that I'm not okay with being back in my apartment.
You roll into your apartment. You are still covered in, you are wearing your sweatpants. You are still covered in blood.
The cotton, what is it?
It is the cotton is a wad of cotton.
Okay, it's still cotton.
And you are covered in blood. But you look outside and it's a regular day. You look out your window. Some car horns honking.
No.
AC kicks on.
This is my home. I shouldn't be home. I can't be home. How did I get here? I'm gonna try to open the front door of my apartment.
It's your hallway. Dingy as ever. There's like the one little old woman hoisting her groceries to the one tiny little like super old apartment that she's probably lived in there for like, most of her life. It's like rent controlled, like that old.
Yeah. Do I still feel that sense of cold in the immediate area?
Yes, you do.
All right. Is anyone here right now? Leaving the door open as I'm saying that, kind of like out loud to see if the old lady also responds.
The hell is wrong with you? She just like slams her door.
Okay, she's real. I'm real. I'm gonna check my fridge, see if any of my
as you are saying, is anybody, one of your picture frames knocks over and falls to the ground.
Okay. Either Eleanor's here, or I'm being haunted by Dad, or Nora sent somebody, or I'm in hell, or there's too many ors. I don't like this. Okay, Nora, if it's you, knock over a picture. As I stand and look around, waiting for one of my picture frames to fall. Nothing? Okay. I don't have my cell phone or anything on me either, do I?
Yeah. It's sitting on the nightstand charging.
I'm gonna get my phone and I'm gonna call Elenora. I'm gonna call my mother. I'm calling my mother.
Okay. You pick up the phone and it rings. Hello? Ty?
Mom?
Yes?
Mother?
Are you on drugs again? I thought you said you weren't going to experiment anymore. Like, I thought we put that in the past, right?
We did.
That's my thing.
Yeah, Mom, I know. I only do drugs at home with you. That way we have a safe space, but...
Yes, okay.
Do you remember Hanson?
Yes.
Did he die?
Yeah. Like, also, hi, thank you, Raiders, and welcome, Morgazumba. That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us as we delve into some mind-altering, they don't know what's happening time in Far Realms, our KULT Divinity Lost homebrew, where I make them suffer. So yeah, no, yes, you went to the funeral. How was it?
How long ago was that?
It was like a week ago. Did you not handle it well? Oh my god, did they tell you?
Tell me what?
Well, you need to come over. We need to have a talk.
I think we could talk on the phone real quick. That'd be great.
It could, but this is more of an in-person. I don't like to talk. You know that I don't like to.
Yeah, I know, Mom. I know.
It's really
Phones are
impersonal, and they are. They're really fucking stupid, actually.
Like, how did you meet Hanson? And
We went to school together.
Jack. Do you remember Jack? Greaves?
He was like some weird football jock, yeah. It's like a little older than us, I think. Younger? I don't remember.
Have you talked to him recently?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll come see you later, Mom.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Drink
up.
some. You just hear her say, "Drink some," and then you hang up.
I'm calling Elenora now.
Okay. Ring. 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 It picks up. There's static. It's and you just hear crying on the other end as it statics back and forth before hanging up. But even as it hangs up, the static and crying persist behind you.
All right, I'm going to. Do I still have my shoulder wound at all?
You pull back the shirt. There's a scar.
Okay. I'm immediately going to do have any pens and stuff around. I need liquid paint. I don't care anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna immediately try to draw a ritual circle.
You begin scrawling
Aggressively. Specifically one that'll help me, a ritual to try to see through an illusion. I want to see. None of this seems real to me, so I'm gonna hopefully try to see what truth there is to be seen.
One moment. So, as you are scrawling, Teddy, back to you. You are running through ash-covered ground, through dead trees. You smell rot, decay. You run. All of these people are following you. But something's beckoning you.
I'm gonna turn. Can you feel that too? Or is it just me?
There's a gray-haired older man standing next to you. Yeah. The skies above you darken.
I'm gonna, as we're moving, I'm gonna quickly take off my sweater. The signature sweater that I've worn every day as long as I can remember. And I'm gonna start ripping and using the pen to cut away as we're walking to make little masks and cloths to go over the people who absolutely need it. So all of the older people and those who look really decrepit and sickly.
So you continue to run, making your way. You look behind you and you no longer see the hospital. It's not far enough that you shouldn't be able to see it, but it's gone. And as you turn to look back, suddenly there's a and the ash flies up and you hear a gasp. As you turn back, the old man is gone. Suddenly from the other direction, there's more ash flying through the air as it begins to ripple through, and another person appears to be missing as there is a slight scream.
I'm gonna grab Jessica's hand again and turn around. Run! And I'm just booking it as fast as I can, making sure Jessica keeps up with me, whatever the cost.
Okay, so you continue to run as there is another woof and another gasp, and you can smell and see the ash beginning to get stirred up around you as it happens again and again and again. There's a thud finally in the distance just in front of you as this ash is so stirred that you can no longer tell what direction you're running. You almost run into a tree trunk as you are stopped. You can hear footsteps approaching. You pull out your pen and as you ready yourself, you see bare human feet beneath the ash step within maybe 6 feet of you as that cloud begins to dissipate and settle. Before you is a humanoid figure of sorts, lacking any sort of distinction between male or female. There are red paint marks across its body. You can see black braided and dreaded hair running down. Its arms and legs are elongated. It appears to have sharpened teeth, and its eyes are black pits as two large black wings extend out from behind it.
What do you want from us?
It says nothing and continues to approach you. Jessica is cowering behind you.
If you...
She jerks away and begins to run.
And I'll yell, if you ever see Sylas again, let him know I was a good... And I'm not even going to finish it, and I'm just going to charge pen first and try to, like, rhino this thing.
Okay.
Just pen first, just right up the like center of him.
Go ahead and you know the rule.
Just when I think you can't have any more bad ideas.
All right, that's oh my god.
Full of bad ideas.
That's a 10.
That is a 10.
Yep.
So you manage to take purchase. You catch it under the rib as it takes in this, but it throws you down to the ground and launches itself off of your back at Jessica before, and you hear her scream as you look overhead as she is being flown in the direction toward that thing that was beckoning you.
Hello? Are there any
This
more of
way.
you? What?
This way. This way. This way.
Okay.
This way.
I'll start to follow. I'll cap the pen, put it back in my.
The voice continues to echo, and it is in different voices, none that you recognize before, one sounding vaguely familiar of Jessica's as you continue that direction, walking through the ash-covered forest. Sylas, this doctor is hovering above you with this syringe, kind of wavering, and suddenly a gray hand reaches up from behind this doctor and rips him backwards. You are unable to look and see before a gray hand crawls up onto your chest, and there's like a boil that begins to flutter on its hand before bursting, and a moth crawling out and down the finger, followed by another hand before a bald, black-eyed, gray childlike figure with almost no nose crawls up and looks over at you, as you can now see pox and blisters that there's a moth crawl out of one and into another. You see one burst and another moth crawl out as it begins to crawl onto the table slowly.
Hey, are you the one that played the record?
It looks at you.
It's pretty good. Do you think maybe you could get me out of here?
It continues to crawl further up as it gets face to face. A moth crawls out from the corner of its eye and back and around.
Try not to adjust. It's all natural. That's just what happens. That's the thing.
It nods at you about an inch from your face as its mouth opens. Serrated teeth all through as it leans over to the side and just gorges down on your throat.
Oh God. Okay, that's not what.
And you can feel as you are lying there, your blood being drained from you. You can feel the moths crawling and feeding.
All right.
As it goes black. I mean, you may react in this moment, but it begins to fade to black so rapidly.
Okay, that's fine. Because I think that this would be instinctual.
Okay.
So I wanted to wait to the rosary, but in that moment, he will do the only thing that is instinctually natural based off of his upbringing. I will repent and attempt to dabble in the occult, or I guess the opposite of the occult in my case. Call upon the divine.
Okay. You feel your life being drained from you rapidly, and it goes black. You hear a door open. You see your grandmother's feet. Sylas, get the hell out from under that bed. I can hear you praying under there. You look down at your childlike hands. And you look around up from the darkness that surrounded you. Would you like to describe your childhood room?
Yeah, it's pretty meek. It probably looks very similar to the room I was staying in. Very simple, dark oak bed, twin size. There would be one on the other side too, and a sort of nightstand in between the two beds. And that's pretty much it. Closet on the end. No decorations. There is a cross above both beds, but other than that, no decor to speak of.
A hand reaches under the bed as your grandmother rips you out from under and holds you up. Is there a reason you're not coming to dinner? I thought I taught you to be better than that. Why are you so ungrateful? As she begins to pull you out of the room and down the hallway.
I just go with her in confusion. Do I still have my current adult mind?
You're in this moment. Roll keep it together.
Sure.
This and it's only just and this is an odd use of it, but I want to see what you retain.
A 2.
As in the instant that you are grabbed, you have this flash of this gray creature and all of these things. You, in this instant, look at your arm as it's being pulled out before you, noticing that it is clean and childlike before it all goes away, Sylas. It's dinner time. You can hear your sister sitting at the table.
Then I know not to backtalk. So I shut my mouth and let her force me into the kitchen.
You are taken into the kitchen. You are sat at the table. Would you like to describe the meal that's before you?
Meatloaf. Gross ass meatloaf.
Okay.
With like the dried ketchup on top. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So go ahead and just from this point, just briefly describe the routine of this evening before bed.
What day is it?
This would have been like a Friday. This is after school.
So homework would have been before dinner. After dinner, we would have done about an hour and a half of I'll call it Bible study, more like Bible testing and punishment if you don't know. So you do that for about an hour and a half, then you wash up and pretty much bed at sundown. There is no playing or anything. And if you want extra time to read, you would be reading the Bible.
Okay. So as you're lying in bed, this all feels like deja vu, but like multiple times over. For some reason in your mind, you cannot shake the feeling that you have done this multiple times. As you lie in bed, as your child self, you look at the window, and a small moth crawls across the window pane on the outside. And as you have your back turned, you hear a floor creak and your closet door slowly open. Tyson.
What? Hold on.
I'm just kidding, Sylas. You're allowed to. What does baby Sylas do?
Oh, if I could pull the covers up, I don't want it. Neither is running. Get out of here.
You pull the covers over your head. And this becomes your routine, Sylas.
Oh, okay. With the exception of Sundays.
With the exception of Sundays. And every night as you go to bed. The same. It drives you mad. You talk about it to your sister. She doesn't believe you. Your grandmother thinks you're possessed. And eventually You return to your life. Now, Tyson,
No.
you've made these ritual circles.
Mm-hmm.
Cold energy is still near you. See through the illusion.
I'd like to grab a knife and put like a rune on it that I hope would work, and then see through the illusion.
See through the illusion.
Because stabbing a ghost is apparently on my bucket list. That is 11 plus 14.
Okay. Elenora. So as Tyson is looking around, this is your apartment. You are looking around and it is as it has always been. Kind of a mess. It's actually a bit cloudier outside now that you're looking, but I don't know, your apartment door is a little grimier than you thought. But Elenora, would you like to describe what Tyson sees standing in his living room?
Alrighty. As soon as this veil is lifted, Tyson sees this kind of like tall, wispy being of sorts, very like emaciated, very like shrunken in, black just circles for eyes, nothing in them, and just like what looks like fingers just streak down, just blood just streak down the sides of their face. But it's definitely Elenora.
And in this moment, you are free to communicate it because it stays.
Elenora?
Yes? Can you see me?
I can both see you and hear you. You're you, right? Not like a hostile poltergeist-esque version.
That's yet to be determined.
The honesty in that makes me feel comfortable, and I don't know why.
I'm gonna move towards Tyson and just kind of come up and just kind of cup his face and be like, I know I'm dead. I don't know why I am here. I don't understand why we are here, but I don't know how long I get to be here either.
I mean, this is not the way I intended. I hope to bring you to my apartment. But I mean, I don't think you can stay. You have to, what is it, move on the light or something?
Would I know anything about what I am currently due to my occult background?
Yep.
Okay.
You are, in layman's terms, you're somewhat of a vengeful spirit at the moment. But you know that you're not quite dead and you're not quite alive. But you also know and you can feel you are free to roam wherever you want.
Okay. I believe I'm somewhere caught in between limbo at the moment. If my knowledge serves me right, I think I'm free to go as I please, but I think I am trapped here until I take my revenge, I give my final vows. I just know there's something keeping me in this existence.
Do you know who you need revenge on? Please don't say me. Please don't say me. Please don't say me.
I don't believe it's you. I think I may have hurt Sylas, however. Everything is a little blurry still.
Oh shit, Sylas. Oh, he was there. But I wasn't there. No, is it the mansion? But Jack. Oh, fuck. Okay, so you probably need to help Sylas, but Jack, I'm pretty sure, is dead, unless Jack wasn't there. Unless Jack got arrested, but Sylas did something.
Elenora, thinking about Sylas, suddenly you're in a black space. You reach in front of you, there's a doorknob. As you slowly open the doorknob, before you is a dark-haired child curled up under the comforters in their bed with a cross resting above them. You know this is Sylas. He's okay.
Okay. I'm gonna call out to him though.
Sylas.
I'm assuming it does not sound threatening.
It sounds weirdly familiar. You can't
Okay.
place it.
So
I mean,
out of
it's
general
a
curiosity,
voice calling you out of your closet. So, and you're a
Sure.
child.
Talk about spooky.
But it sounds better than the thing that I've been seeing. So I will do the little like peek.
Sylas peeks out from under the covers at you.
He doesn't see anything.
You just see
Hello?
an open closet door.
Hello?
I'm gonna close the door back and assume he is okay where he is.
And Elenora, you go on to do this routinely because it takes but an instant of your time for the remainder of Sylas's childhood.
Cool, I'm
Until
insane. Dope.
Until eventually witnessing Sylas's life fall to pieces.
I'm glad I drove you to drugs.
One reason of many.
Tyson, in this instant, Elenora just disappears in front of you, and you're shunted back to your reality.
My apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Tyson's gonna try to go see his mom.
Okay. You exit your apartment, make your way down to the busy street. There's a taxi.
Yeah, I'm gonna flag the taxi down. Try to. Mom lives in the same town, just like on a different side.
Yeah. You hop into the taxi, arrive at your mother's like little duplex kind of quaint
Yeah.
apartment. Walk up, knock on the door, and she opens it and greets you warmly with a hug before we have a long talk. And she welcomes you in and closes the door.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna leave Tyson for now.
That's
Teddy?
The best and worst.
right. You're like, yay, maybe.
Is it good? Is it bad?
We will touch base one more time. Teddy, you're walking through this ashy forest, the voice still calling out to you in different tones.
I'm gonna start talking to myself. You know, if I would have known that would happen, I wouldn't have given away my favorite sweatshirt. No, I don't have my sweater. It's okay. And I'll just keep following the voices, keep looking around. Occasionally I'll like put my fingers through the ash or like try to catch some in my hand. And then just follow the voices.
Teddy, eventually, the trees become taller, more decayed, but somehow more alive. And you begin to smell green. The sky is dark. You hear the trees rustle above you, and you see a plethora of those strange winged humanoids watching you. As you break through these trees in front of you is a massive black tree, bigger than any redwood, bigger than anything you've seen. and it stretches and it looks like it touches the sky. Interwoven into the very bark of this tree are numerous bodies of humans and creatures you've never even thought to imagine. As it speaks to you, join us.
What will happen if I do?
You'll be with us.
Okay, that didn't clear. That didn't.
You'll
Who
know.
Who are us?
I cannot tell you unless you join us. You'll know happiness, true power. All of that will be gone. You can see one of the creatures like shudder their wings at you. As you kind of approach the tree and one of the roots, you look and Jessica's face is incorporated. And the voices seem to be coming from the bodies attached to the tree. It worked.
Do I see Sylas or Elenora or Tyson anywhere on the tree?
Absolutely not. It is a point. I mean, you don't even have to look. No.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I guess.
You see the tree open and roots reach up almost as an embrace.
And I'll just kind of walk in and try to touch the center of the trunk.
As you walk in, you are embraced. You feel a part of something. You're not lonely anymore, Teddy. There are so many people here. You're part of one. You begin to have visions of places you have never seen and can't even imagine. You can feel yourself growing, and you can sense in ways you've never sensed before.
Is this heaven? If it is, it's really weird heaven.
This is not heaven. As you now realize you can't leave this place. And your oneness, you can feel it slipping away as you are becoming one.
One self into another, I guess. I'll be good, I promise. And I'll just let it consume him.
Teddy, you are consumed by this tree. And your form does die. Eons pass. It feels like. Before your oneness is awoken. You stretch your wings out. And you take to the sky. And before you find yourself lunging at someone walking through the park. And this is your life, Teddy. Tyson.
Now we're good.
You sit down with your mother. She already has some hot cocoa. She already has like a peanut butter and jelly out for you. You're sitting there, and she begins to explain that the honest part is she's not exactly sure who your father was, but that Hanson had stepped in knowing that his dear friend was in a time of need. And that, yes, Hanson was the one that funded most of your endeavors and treated you as though you were. There was never any testing done, no confirmation. Hanson didn't care. Because he loved you as he loved your mother. However, she begins, as she's telling you this story, she begins to tell you the story of your birth. And she can't recall. She recalls being in Hanson's home and that his mother, assisted by a doctor wearing a black-on-black suit, gave her a tea, and she woke up and you were there. But that is where we are going to leave chapter 2 of Far Realms, our KULT Divinity Lost Homebrew campaign.
It was as close to a happy ending, I think, as we'll ever get.
Sylas.
What the hell happened?
Sylas, yeah, you start over. Elenora, roaming the verse as a ghosty. Teddy, turning over a new leaf, so to speak.
And can we clarify, was I a bird or a demon?
Yes.
I couldn't determine which.
Yes.
You were one of the
flying demon things. Okay.
the creatures you witnessed, and
Dope. I'm a demon. Good.
And Tyson, you're still getting answers to your questions.
Ish.
So,
Not a single question has been answered, and I keep getting answers to questions I never even asked. Like, worst game of Jeopardy.
so with that, I again love you guys so much. Thank you for helping me with chapter 2. We will pick up in January sometime. We're pay attention to the socials, follow the initiative order, join our Discord, come hang out with us to see when the exact details of when we will return. We've just got a lot going on and got a lot of planning to do, right? With that, I know that I can confirm our amazing Johannaxmachina will probably be returning as a guest in the future at some point, but as a regular, this is her outro. I do want to say thank you real quick, so let's go ahead and start with Johanna, if you want to give us a quick spiel so everybody knows where to find you.
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at johannaxmachina, and just see what stuff I'm up to on there. I want to thank you all for letting me come along on this first adventure into streaming, which has been fantastic, and I've loved playing with everyone, and just had a great time, and I'm very excited to see what future things are.
Yeah. And alrighty, Ronan, I it's fine. You're just repeating horrible cycles for infinity.
Stay tuned for chapter 3, The Adventures of Baby Sylas. I'm Ronan Fox. You can find me at Ronan Fox on all the socials. Writer, world builder on Twitch and TikTok lives every Sunday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then I play here. I will be back for chapter 3, and then I also play in Logan, DM_screening. Actually, did you change the names already?
Yes, the name has been.
All right, the name's changed to the Red Hair Inn. That's his Twitch, and I play a wizard over in his D&D campaign. That's me.
Also, just a quick aside, we are only 3 followers away here on the initiative order from 1200. You guys, show us some love if you haven't shown us some love. We're this close. But in the meantime, hey,
It's been a day. And Tyson's who I play. And I am Jay, Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual as I ponder the meaning of life continuously and endlessly. You can find me on Twitch at Casual Creativity, variety streaming, entertainment, and just working with a bunch of people making creative things happening and building my official brand, Casual Creativity, where I work on building games. Gaming, both digital and TTRPGs, as well as video content, animation, and live action that's inspired to be developed by and for BIPOC and LGBTQ plus representation in all those platforms. You can also find updates on Deep Breath RPG, the anime-inspired experience where the old world of magic is in conflict with the new world of technology, where the inspiration of things such as My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, and classics such as Cowboy Bebop and so much more, the inspiration and basis for this development in this urban fantasy setting. You can find all updates that are on Twitter at Deep Breath RPG. That's DEEP, Bread THRPG. You can also find our website at deepbreathrpg.com to find updates on our Kickstarter, join the early playtest, and get a chance for some of the characters you choose to make for your playtests may to be displayed in the official book release, and also some of the side stories, including the Deep Breath manga currently in development in conjunction with the project. So there's a lot of fancy things coming in that, so all your awesome D&D inspiration and collaboration in that. You can also find me tomorrow, where I'll be on Vault, which is also on this voter, where I play the ghoulish rock star Sugar Cyrus, who has been descending ever so further into the angsty abyss of teenage drama as an adult, while trying to deal with turmoil of, losing a nose, and also his girlfriend, and also his unborn child, and also, things like that, no big deal. And you can also catch me over on Red Hair Inn as I am playing Corvus, the drow individual who has just recently appeared with the Barefoot Bandits and is planning to shake things up in a way that I don't think anyone expects, but everyone anticipates. I'm also going to be on several other channels coming in the next new year. And also, last update, you can find me over at CES in Las Vegas convention starting in January 4th. I'll be doing some TTRPG stuff at a large convention in Vegas. So you can check that out. If you want to get more information, you can find me on all social media. And I will stop talking now and ponder why I exist and why does the Keeper torment me so.
Because I love you. Logan, thank you so much for our beautiful bowl cut baby of Bradford.
That's me. First and foremost, thank you, Taryn and Ronan and Johanna and sometimes Jay for allowing me to guest the last 4 episodes. It's been great. It's been fun. It's been awesome. And I've been truly horrified in ways that I could not imagine. I'm Logan Hanley, the innkeeper of the Red Hair Inn and dungeon master of the Ecrium Expeditions. At the Red Hair Inn, we do adventure writing, homebrew stuff, world building at times, all with the purpose of mentoring others in their on their TTRPG adventures. Our next episode of the Ecrium Expeditions is on this coming Tuesday, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be hopefully delving into finding some new information about the Ooblix that is inside, I believe, almost half of the party.
Everybody but 2 of us.
Everybody but 2 of you. No,
Until tomorrow.
I think Art is fine. No, did Art get infected?
No, it's me, Art. Yeah, I guess it is half of us.
You, Art, and Finn are fine. You, Art, and Finn. Half the party. Exactly half the party.
No, Finn got it too.
Finn got it.
No, Finn got it, but then you guys killed it when it was trying to.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
we're fine.
You're fine. But yeah, you can find us there. We have a special dice giveaway from Umbral Oculus Dice, aka whichever way Taryn is from me. And yeah, come on in, take a seat, grab a pint, join us on all of our adventures.
Yeah, do the thing. So yeah, I'm Taryn Hackett, also known as Val Rook, also going under the moniker of Umbral Oculus for my dice making ventures. That is UO_dice on the Instagram. I have a shop update coming soon and promo codes to go out and things to help you with discounts and free shipping. Yay! But yeah, Monday on the initiative order, just like Casual said, Tuesday over at the Red Hair Inn, just like Ronan and Logan said. And in the future, who knows what I'll be doing because I'm all over the place. But tonight we are going to go ahead and we are going to be raiding Devil's Duck Gaming. So stick around for that. And as we go into the raid, quick shout out to all of our sponsors. Session Zero Clothing, use order at checkout for 15% off there. Norse Foundry, Artisan Dice Makers, TIO15 at checkout for 15% off there. Roaming Player Gear, amazing tabletop gaming supplies. Carnaby 20 for 20% off Dice Tower Tray combo set, and Mithril Armory, the Tin D20, and other insane dice tabletop accessories. You can use a code initiative for 15% or for 10% off there. And after that, thank you guys so much for tuning into the initiative order and to for helping us conclude this wicked chapter in Far Realms. Good night.